Hello people, this is Mark. I'm making this video because I had some things that I thinking about. I'm here in Haiti and um, I was looking up the average income family online. And it was saying in the rural areas, average person makes, I think it was $100 annual, which is a ridiculous amount. Um, Even I don't believe that. No one could survive under. No one can live. I don't believe no one can live under $1 um, a day. It's just not. I don't just don't think it's possible. Um, Also, um, on paper it might say that, but people tend to find ways to make money under the table that's not recorded. So, with that said, but let's take that. Let's just say, okay, the average person makes $1 a day. And what does that mean? If you were to um, come home one day angry at your family, yelling at your kid, and you tell your 5-year-old child, go get a job. And she goes and takes a table with some lemonade. And what that means is, let's say she takes a table for like 2 hours, goes out, sells lemonade for $2, and that $2 turns to, let's say she sells 10 lemonades for in 2 hours. That's roughly $20. Let's say she sells 15, so it's $25. $5 went to the lemons and the water or whatever. So she made a profit of $20. She made the amount of 20 Haitian people. You're a young child just selling lemonade in front of the house. Um, I was watching a show where it's talking about successful Haitian people, and in this show, um, it had, I think, one of the former president, Ice Aristide, I think his name is, and in his bank account he had $800 million. I believe. Now that's what he has now, $800 million. Now, through the time when he was president and how much he spent then, I mean, he could have gave himself $1 billion worth amount of money. So within $1 billion, within, let's say if he made $1 billion, um, I think that's even more than the president makes. I mean, I know, you take. I'm sure the presidents, they have what they make on paper, and then they have their side gigs that they do that is going to benefit them in the long run. That they make more money off of that. But with that said, um, basically, you're honoring a thief. Why are you taking? Why are you stealing? I mean, you stole that money. That was. There's nothing in. I mean, if you was to break that down per day, that's a ridiculous amount of money. In a place where the average person is making $1 a day, and you're making millions a day. You can hear the walkie-talkies where I'm at. I'm at the gate of the UN. Um, I guess maybe they spotted me, so they're alerting their people. But anyway, um, the UN is here. I guess what we know as humanitarian effort that they show on TV. They're handing out water to Haitians that need it and different things. But when I came here, I found that I didn't see any of that. But what I did see was the UN driving trucks worth hundreds of thousands of dollars going back and forth. And as you can see, it's very quiet. And I'm out right outside the gate of where the UN is. I don't know if you can see. I'm right outside the gate. You can see some trucks maybe. Trucks. Headquarters. Through the trees. Anyway, it's very quiet now because they're not really working. There's people on their booths. They got like a military fort set up, and there's booths on every corner, I guess, and a watch out. But there's no war going on. So why do they have a military camp? It's the question. It's very quiet right now. But if I come back at 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, it's very noisy. Because, I mean, from what patients told me, they have a project. They're digging under the ground, which is not surprising. But to see it, to be here and see it, I mean, we know that the UN claims that they're helping people, black people, they're going to Africa. But we all know they're helping themselves. They're helping themselves, and to justify it, they have to pretend like they're helping people. They're helping themselves to the minerals, the natural resources of the land. So when people from these islands and these countries, they go there to get a job. The wealth that that's over there in the European nations, in America, it's pretty much rightfully theirs because it was taken from their land. And a lot of the time, their resources were taken, and it still is. So, people, from Africa or whatever who's working in the United States, they don't have to really have a guilt. All these people, they're helping us. No, you're just going and getting what was yours originally. So that's how I look at it. Yeah. So basically, they're helping themselves. Another thing I was thinking about, how much when these natural disasters, about 8 years ago there was an earthquake, and there was a lot of these funds going on for these natural disasters, to help people, to collect money, help people. What percentage of that money actually reaches the people, and what percentage of that money stays in the hands of light-skinned Europeans or white, the people who started the fund? Because really, there's no accountability for the money. Next time a disaster happens, and you have a church community, it's better to have one person of your representing of your church or your community collect all the money from that community, and that person go over there themselves and distribute that money or distribute those goods, and so they know that it's getting to the right people, the intended person. Other than being lazy, a lot of times we want to be lazy. Oh, send $1, send $2, and that money is not going into the hands of, maybe 90% of that money is going to the people that set up that fund. Maybe 10% might go into, maybe some plastic towels. I mean, I did see like rooftops of people on people's homes that said USA Aid. They remind them, oh, we're here to help you. So every time they look at the rooftops and they don't get rained on, they know that the good USA came and helped them. But how much of those funds was, you know, of that money that was given, how much was it kept? And what was the percentage that was distributed from that fund, from those funds? They did, to pass out the TARP, you know. So yeah, so like I said, it's, the Europeans are, there's no army here, so um, the Europeans are here, just going, taking whatever they can take, I guess. I mean, I guess that's what you expect with a nation that doesn't have an army. I mean, if I was a president of this country and I went partying every day and I got drunk every day and I, was in the clubs every day, and every time some paperwork came to me to sign or whatever, I took a match and burned it up. I don't have time for this. I'm having fun. How much worse off would you think the average Haitian would be? Do you think it would be under $1 a day? I might. I mean, it may even improve the economy because maybe I'm slacking on the money that I'm stealing on my bank account. Just ideas of thought. Yeah. So, um, there's a lot of questions, and just to see it firsthand, you know, firsthand, Ewing, I don't see them helping passing out anything. I don't see them helping anybody passing out anything. So, just ideas of thought. Talk to you later.